So I have a question. So Hasbro is getting rid of the see-through plastic packaging on all of their figures from now on. Am I the only person excited to see what sort of QC issue surprises are now going to be behind the cardboard curtain? But overall, be honest, did you enjoy Fan First Friday? I mean, me personally, it's taken me this long to kind of process it. I've actually watched it 3 times because I think the overall theme is lazy. The whole thing, the whole presentation to me for the most part just came across as low energy and lazy. I mean, okay, let's just start from the top. Let's just start from the top. The sweep. Okay. They literally took the hands and bragged about this. They lightened the figure and swapped the hands. They didn't even bother to try to give you a halfway different face sculpt. I mean, seriously, lazy. Now, understand, I'm not opposed to army building. I like army building. It's like when you army build G.I. Joe, you have the G.I. Joe infantry, you have the Cobra infantry, you have all these different figures that you can army build in sets. Like I in DC, I'm building the Green Lantern Corps because I love the Green Lantern Corps. So I'm building an army of the Green Lantern Corps. Here's the difference between the Green Lantern Corps and the Cobra Troopers. Cobra Troopers don't look like Cobra Commander. They kind of do, but they're not. They're not Cobra Commander. The Green Lantern Corps, everyone looks different because everyone's from a different planet, a different region of the galaxy. The Sweep, I understand. He's supposed to look like Scourge, but that shit is lazy. That is lazy. Like, Hasbro, have some respect for us and at least shave the beard down a little bit. At least make the goatee a little bit different. Like, this is super lazy. Let me give you, seriously, let's have some story time in Drunken Prime. So, when I was growing up, right, there was this old racist dude that lived in my neighborhood, and he just did not like minorities. He didn't like them at all, which was ironic because his best friend was my grandfather. But, like, he could not stand minorities. And one day I was in my 20s and I go up to him and I say, "Hey, Mr. Romanevsky," and that wasn't his last name. That's not his last name, but let's just say it was. I was like, "Hey, why do you hate minorities so much?" And he said to me, "They're lazy." I wish he was alive so I can point this stuff out to him, because this right here, this shit is lazy. Oh, come on. Anyway, I'm moving on. King Starscream, Coronation, wink wink, Starscream. Leader class, wink wink, Coronation, wink wink, Starscream, wink wink. Okay, this is literally the thing, the stuff that nightmares are made out of, right? They took the Earthrise mold, which is a shitty mold, and apparently, according to the photos, they've added opening and closing hands. They've given us a throne for him to sit on. They've given us all the shoulder pads and the cape and the crown from the movie, sort of like the masterpiece, on the worst version of Starscream by far. Like, they couldn't even retool the Siege version to try to give us something, because, look, honestly, I hate that mold. I swear I'm going to do a video on how bad an experience that mold, that Earthrise Starscream mold, has been to me. Like, it is the worst mold possible. I'm hoping they fixed a bunch of the problems with that mold. I think the first thing they need to fix, landing gear. Give us some landing gear, because literally the jet, if you have it in jet mode, right, it just sits on the paint on the chest and the paint just scratches off. I've seen so many pictures of people with scratched off chest, like the chest plate is all cracked, the paint's cracked and scratched, and worst of all, They didn't even do anything with the tip of the jet. They didn't give us sort of like the masterpiece where you could split it and like let it lay flat instead of just having the cockpit just kind of hanging over the back of the figure. I mean, the nose of the jet is just protruding out the back. Then you have the cape. It breaks up the whole sculpt. It is lazy. He doesn't have a waist swivel because of the transformation, because they're lazy. And like, I mean, the whole theme of this whole thing so far is lazy. They're just straight up lazy. Now, Perceptor, cool. I like the Perceptor. I thought the Perceptor was awesome. I was like, okay, I see where you're going. It looks very cool. You know, it doesn't have any crazy. It just looked basic. And then they were like, oh, it's a deluxe triple changer, because they literally turned the figure around and pointed the microscope in a different direction. Therefore, it is now a Perceptor cannon. Like, what is it? What is he supposed to be magnified? Who are you looking at? It's a he's a microscope. He doesn't have a cannon mode. That's literally lazy. They just were like, you know what, we need to sell this thing a little bit better, so why don't we just turn this around, point the microscope, the actual scope part, up in the air, pointing at the sun, because that's always the smartest thing to do, is look at the sun through like a glass container. Oh yeah, that really works well. But they just oh my god, what would Perceptor do in that cannon mode? Blind people? Like, what function does he serve? He's going to point out the different germs in the air on people's body. What is the point of that mode? Why would they even show that? Oh god, lazy. And then they showed the chess set, which I was like, okay, I can rock with that. I mean, me personally, I have the Star Wars chess set, the crystal metal one. I have that already on pre-order, so I'm probably not going to end up with this. But I mean, if you're into chess and you're into Transformers, hey, I don't think this is much of a niche audience, or just want it up for display. I think that's a pretty solid display piece for your room, for a centerpiece of a table. I think it's a pretty cool concept, so that's cool. But then they topped it all off with a splendiferous cash grab. Like, I was like, oh, a Transformers game, oh, this should be cool. And then I really watched it. I was like, this is a cash grab. They're literally just cash grabbing at this point. It's like, hey, get some Transformer skins. I'm sure they'll probably cost $20, or they'll cost you $100, because they'll just be at random, and you'll probably end up with 35 Bumblebee skins when you really want Optimus or Megatron, or if you want Bumblebee, you'll probably end up with 1.5 million Skywarp or Thundercracker skins, or Smokescreen or something like that. They'll just start pulling figures out of their backside. But yeah, lazy cash grab. That's just a lazy cash grab. That's all. The video game. Oh god. Yeah. Alright. So seriously, this Fan First Friday, I expected less and got exactly that. So bravo, Hasbro. Bravo. You did not cease to disappoint me, and by disappointing me, like I literally did a video about this. I said, if you're gonna give us King Starscream, do not use the Earthrise mold. I knew deep down in my heart they would, and they did. I knew it. And then the sweep, oh, embarrassing. That's lazy. That's just lazy. Like, don't even brag. They bragged about switching hands. Congratulations. You can do anything that any other action figure pretty much on Earth nowadays can do. Congratulations. We can't even do it. We can't even do the gimmick. That's the best part. But yeah, and Perceptor's cool. So I'm down with Perceptor. But what makes this even funny, even more humorous, if you will, is that the bots got it. The scalpers and the bots got them. They're already sold out. They've been sold out since they were announced. They've been sold out so quick. It's like the bots and the scalpers got them. They got them ASAP. They were ready to go. They didn't even wait or hesitate. So, you know, unless Hasbro's re-releasing these, everyone who wants them, good luck. I wish you the best. I don't think you're going to I don't think it's going to be, they're going to be found for a little while, but we'll see. Hasbro once again, like every time I think I have them pretty much figured out, they sneak in a surprise here and there. They've done that with people collecting GI Joes. They've done a pretty good job with that. I think they've recovered a little bit from that debacle. The Transformers fans, I don't think I don't know if we're out of the woods yet, but we'll see. We'll see. I've actually seen other figures outside of just RC in stores. I mean, they're figures I already have and don't really want any more of, but they're out there, I guess. You know, I found Galvatron, which and I found him with his shoulders intact. Amazing. That's amazing, because you know Hasbro's motto: if we build it, we won't stock it. So yeah, but yeah, Fan First Friday overall lazy and disappointing, and I'm not excited about any of those reveals. Perceptor's cool, but I mean, if I run into him, I'll get him. Other than that, I'm not really too keen on any of the other reveals. But with that said, be safe, be good. And this is a Drunken Prime, cracking open another beer and signing off.